Good morning, guys. Today is going to be an interesting start. Got a few things to do this afternoon, but today I'm going to take a spin in a very unique car, a car that I haven't driven in. I don't think I'm going to drive it, although I'm going to ride in it, but we'll see how it goes. So this morning, I'm going over to a friend of mine who I've known for a very long time here in Malibu, a guy named Pat Rogan. Pat has had some interesting cars in the past. He's kind of a supercar guy. He's had a Ferrari, a few other really interesting cars. But recently, he made another purchase, something slightly fast, slightly interesting. We're not going to be going crazy with it. Just going to cruise around with him, kind of check out the car, hear the car for the first time. I saw him up in town. He told me about the car. I headed over to his house, and I'm going to take a bunch of you guys with me. What's up, Pat?
Hey, Fireball Tim.
You ready to go?
Ready to go, man.
Wow, beautiful. Very nice. It actually fits in here. Look at this, all this room.
Yeah. The biggest problem, Tim, with this car is, you know, it's a soft top, so I can't figure out how to get my racks on for my surfboards.
Let me put the windows up.
See, you couldn't figure out what the window thing was because this is aircraft controls. It's all toggle switches on the dash.
It's just like, you know, going in an airplane, because there's so many buttons, and you want to be able to know what each one does.
But there's a lift kit on the front, electronic lift kit, because the little dip we went through would create a kiss at any kind of speed.
A smooch.
The lift kit automatically deploys to normal height.
Oh, so it does it on its own?
At 35 miles an hour. So, driving this.
You're hoping for meetings, so you can get in this thing and go, right?
You've seen some of my other cars.
Yeah, sure.
I had you know, a couple of Porsche Turbo S's. Last one was fantastic. That was a 2015. Right. I loved it.
How long have you had this?
I've had this about 3 months now. This is a Lamborghini Huracan. It's a 620 horsepower, 630 horsepower, permanent four-wheel drive, 10-cylinder. Oh my God, supercar.
All of which is great on PCH traffic.
Especially on Sunday afternoons. You got gals putting on their lipstick. You got the guys checking out the honeys on the sidewalk and almost rear-ending you.
The families crossing over PCH and
running across all that great stuff.
Yeah. It does what Lambos do best. Draw of a car like this for people. You know, this is not a normal everyday driver, although you could, because you could drive it, your wife could drive this, anybody could drive this thing. Right. You know, in a certain mode. But
it's fun, exhilarating, great sound. I mean, distinguish this from the Porsche Turbo S.
Yeah.
Porsche Turbo S, probably the best engineered car in the world.
Yeah.
One of the fastest, probably a little faster 0 to 60 than this. This is probably 3.2. The Turbo S is 2.9. But in terms of ego satisfaction, thrill, love the throaty sound.
It's a piece of art. It really is.
It really is. You know, I also had a previous car you saw, a 458 Ferrari Spider.
Right.
And that's a great car too, but you know, it's not as sexy as this. There are a lot of 458s, I mean, see them virtually every day here on the Coast Highway.
You don't see a lot of this.
No, you don't.
Which means we go faster or slower?
Oh, any way you want.
Doesn't matter, it's all good.
I tried cases for 40 years and got tired of beating up the opposition and breeding disappointment, so I decided to pass out some love by getting people together and mediating and actually getting them to settle some cases. So that's worked out pretty well.
You know, I have a recommendation. You could take those guys, those opposing factions, and bring them to a car show. Lots of love there.
You're welcome.
That was awesome.
That was great.
So what advice would you give to someone who wants to pick up one of these?
I would advise picking stocks like Apple way back and not spending your money on frivolous stuff. Save your pennies.
Yeah, pretty much all of it.
Yeah.
I
think it was not getting a ticket after passing a CHP Explorer.
I wouldn't know what that's like. I got pinched yesterday almost. So if you guys were watching driving the Jaguar, that was a close one. But you gotta be careful.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta be smart.
Always.
Yeah.
Always.
Awesome. Well, thank you, man.
Okay.
Awesome.
Okay. Great to see you.
Back in the Volvo. Great time with Pat, super cool guy, and he just loves that car. Didn't get a chance to show this. I don't necessarily show inside of people's homes, but his house is filled with all kinds of really cool surf paraphernalia, surf culture stuff. One of these days I may have to sneak in there and steal a surfboard. Probably not, since he's a lawyer, so that would be bad. Now, some of you may have had this issue.
I don't know, what is the issue?
And that is that, you know, you're busy working, doing your own thing, and then you suddenly realize that you have to go shopping for eyeballs for a kangaroo.
That happens all the time to people.
Yeah. Now I know that some of you can relate to this kind of thing, but today happens to be the day.
We gotta get kangaroo eyes.
Kangaroo eyeballs. It's something that is imperative, because if you don't, then the kangaroo can't see anything.
Oh, all those shells.
Ah, that's kind of gross. Yeah. And speaking of that, Kathy is currently working on a kangaroo. I'll show you guys that in a little bit towards the end of the vlog. But right now, as the case may be, we have to go out into the valley to Michael's Arts and Crafts and buy some domes.
Oh.
Because, you know, kangaroos got to see. That's all I have to say about that. domes anywhere at Michael's.
No eyeballs.
No eyeballs whatsoever.
We have a blind kangaroo at the moment.
We're just gonna have to look somewhere else. I mentioned that I would show you guys something having to do with a kangaroo a little bit later in the vlog, and voila, here we are. I'm going to show you how you can transform yourself from all the coolness that you are into a kangaroo. Let's go.
Let's do it.
Can't stand another heartbreak, but it's time to let it go. It'd be easier for me if I can't wait to flee. But there's something holding on, the way being gone.
Now the client specifically asked for a kangaroo, and Kathy built the kangaroo, and then they wanted some changes, which is what she's doing now. There's no tail. I'm not wearing a tail. I don't have the head on. And she just finished the feet, which look really awesome. And there's paws instead of boxing gloves.
Stop fooling around.
How can you be serious wearing a freaking kangaroo outfit? She always wants me to be serious. I can't be serious. Look what I'm wearing. You like my pouch?
This is what a kangaroo looks like on the inside.
When he shreds a bunch of pounds. Pull. Oh, it won't come off.
Point your toe.
It's not hooked on my toe. It's hooked on my heel.
Why?
I don't know.
Well, also there's the trail feet. More or less the last day of the Volvo V90 cross country. This has been a spectacular car to have in Malibu. There's really nothing else to say about that. Over 300 horsepower, some significant torque, lots of room, but the design has really been cool. Always grateful for the car companies sending me cars, having me take a look, and then being able to share that with you guys. But on Thursday, I'm gonna be swapping a car, kind of swapping a car, because this car goes back tomorrow. And then on Thursday, I'm headed up to the Murphy Museum. You guys know the Murphy Auto Museum. And David Neal got a really cool truck. He wants to give me for a week, kind of piddle around and take the wheels and waves, which is happening this weekend, by the way. It's a really cool classic. You guys are gonna love it. We got a couple that has flown all the way from Germany into the United States, and they're coming out to California to meet us. They're followers on the vlog. We've been talking back and forth, and they flew all the way out here. So we're gonna go and hang out at Cafe Lux, and I'm gonna introduce you guys to them. So here we are at Cafe Lux, and we ran into a couple of very interesting people that you guys have driven kind of a moderate distance to get out here.
Just a moderate.
These guys are from just outside of Stuttgart, Germany. Chris and Anya Moody.
I kind of want to meet you guys because I really respect and love your videos.
I do business with my vacation.
Our crazy business.
And Cafe Lux is the best place to do that. Right. Well, anybody want to say hi to?
Hi family that I haven't seen in 100 years.
Hi friends.
Skip, Preston.
So we're just going to have coffee, jar stuff.